It's true that young love is full of passion and intensity, and these two young lovers certainly can't keep their hands off each other. They look like they're really in it deep, with her especially looking very intense as she clings to him. Even though they seem to be radiating the kind of love that makes you ache, there's no way they know what real love is yet. After all, they are so young. What could this kind of rushed and impulsive attraction possibly lead to? Little did they know that disaster would soon strike. Although John Everett Millais painted this work in 1852, it is based on an event that happened in the 16th century and is titled A Huguenot. We'll get into the title of this striking piece soon, I promise. A young couple seems to be facing a brick wall with their bodies enclosed, their eyes locked, and their stare fierce at first, but as you look closer, you see something that appears to be wait, what? A knife? Oh no! A closer look reveals that what the lady seems to be doing is trying to attach a white linen band on her lover's arm. I don't think he's truly prepared for it yet. Maybe it's her take on a promise ring as she's pressuring him to wrap a band around his arm to demonstrate their relationship to the world. As opposed to life and joy, this band signifies death and misery. Okay, so why death and misery? The St. Bartholomew's Day massacre is the inspiration for this artwork, which is also known as a Huguenot on St. Bartholomew's Day. On the 24th of August, 1972, the massacre took place in Paris. Many Huguenots and Catholics in France had been at odds in the years leading up to this. To sum up, Huguenots were a religious minority in France at the time, but their growing influence had Catholics worried. Catherine de' Medici, mother of King Charles IX, had the wish for reconciliation between the parties. Both King Charles and Sister Margaret were injured in the incident. In August of 1872, a huge number of Protestants, including many Protestant leaders, attended the wedding of the Protestant Queen of Navarre and her son Henry of Navarre in Paris. Catherine de' Medici, concerned that Huguenot leader Admiral Coligny was exerting undue influence on her son, gave her blessing to an assassination plot a few days after the wedding. However, leader Coligny was just hurt in the botched effort. This infuriated the Huguenots, and Charles IX was pressured by his mother to investigate the assassination attempt, but he discovered that she was responsible. Yikes! She nabbed it with the intention of killing all the Huguenots and managed to get her son on board with a plan. On the evening of August 23rd, they made final preparations. Now Charles was unable to depart. By August 24, Huguenot leader Coligny had passed away. As the violence escalated, some Protestants disguised themselves as Catholics and escaped the regent's enraged Catholics by dressing up like them and wearing white armbands to identify themselves as such. With the help of King Charles IX, the people were able to stop the bloodshed, but they wouldn't listen, and the panic continued to sweep into the neighboring provinces far into October. It is believed that 3,000 Huguenots were killed in the city of Paris alone, and as many as 70,000 were killed throughout France. This lady's boyfriend is a Protestant, but she's a devout Catholic. She encircles him and tries to fasten the white armband around his left arm, but as he tenderly cradles her head with his right arm, the band slips off his arm and he gently yanks it away from his body. They're leaning against one another, their black clothing blending into a single form before us. The intensity with which they both gaze at each other is unsettling. The lady pleads with her lover's face as she begs him to wrap the white band around his arm. With any luck, this will prevent him from dying. He has made the unthinkable decision to choose between love and his religion, and it shows in the gentle, unshakable expression in his eyes as he looks down at her. He has obviously made up his mind, and she will not be able to sway him. He treasures the time he has left on this earth with the one he loves in his arms, even though she is pleading with him to change his mind. With her eyes, he looks unconcerned, as if he has already occupied his tranquil gaze. Feel free to share your thoughts and reactions to this remarkable piece of art with me. We appreciate your attention. Please join me in the next one.